and we flipped. I did flip out.
A night neighbors will never forget on Bolero Avenue in Salinas.
Living here is we heard the pow.
We heard a car crash, so we came running this way to come check out the car crash.
Ruben Amaya had his younger brother in tow, and that's when he says the real trouble went down.
The 4 suspects left the scene on foot, 2 of which came running down Bolero Drive. That's where police found Ryan Favila, and according to witnesses, told him to get down and allegedly kicked him in the face.
The trouble, they say, begins here with unstable hillsides. And already here in the Big Sur River, a whole lot of debris and mud. And with rainfall in the forecast, those mudslides, even rocks, could end up right here along Highway 1. Concerned residents were worried a film would be left behind. But when they woke up, there wasn't much there.
Salinas Fire tells us that areas like Natividad Creek Park burn all summer long, but already on the 4th, and there's not much left to burn.
The city of Santa Cruz plans to hire this new employee by the end of August, yet at this time, the position could become part-time, and so for that reason, the salary of $80,000 will be sliced down in half to around $40,000. Reporting in Santa Cruz, Marc Cota-Robles, KION 46 News.
The service operates the same as a wireless hotspot and allows passengers to email or instant message.
You got mail.
And even download videos and music.
We're very frustrated by what's going on.
Mayor Dennis Donahue reacting to the latest spike in city violence.
You know, we've seen this type of activity before, you know, warm summer nights, a lot of partying.
And that's what puts people in danger. It's when those opportunities arise.
Neighborhood dispute, road rage, whatever.
Police Chief Dan Ortega is the first to admit some of the recent victims don't appear to be gang-related.
No pollution.
He says not buying gasoline is just the added bonus.
So driving, it's just like driving any other car except that it's really quiet.
But under the hood, it's another story.
Instead of a gasoline engine, you've got an electric motor which is hidden underneath the batteries.
16 total, 8 up front and 8 more in the rear.
It happened really quick. I guess they were parked just right over there. It happened out of nowhere.
Police believe all victims were being watched from across the parking lot. And when the transaction was complete, that's when the suspect came in.
When he ran.
Okay.
All right, locked and loaded.
Pace car driver Robert Orcutt loves Laguna. Flat out, he loves to drive.
How fast are we going through here?
At top speed, Robert's Mazda RX-8 reaches upwards of 120 miles per hour.
Then comes the call to check the balance. When the scammer learns it's been activated, it's online they go to begin your shopping.
No, it scares me a little bit.
The regulation would apply not only to new homes, but also new businesses like this bank popping up in Salinas. Hank Smith has concern not only for his own water supply, but also for the water level given to unique fish. The Carmel River steelhead, nearly extinct in these waters. Neighbors we spoke to say they saw it all go down, claiming the 2 suspects were seen running from this field. They made their way across the street towards the blue house. They say they got down behind this bush across from the garage. That's when the shots were fired, and then made their way down the street.
It's been about 20 miles since we passed the last gas station. If your gas tank was running on fumes, you'd really be out of luck.
It was over $5 a gallon.
And it's no surprise. It's a story I couldn't pass up.
10 gallons, bargain price, $54.98.
Yeah, it's laughable. It's so high, it actually is laughable.
Elite Pro Class, we're talking $2,500 if you could finish in first place for both the men and the women. If you're an amateur or if you're not able to, say, make the top of the podium, that's okay. They say for some of these athletes, the real award or prize, you could say, is just to be here in beautiful Pacific Grove. Well, during these tight financial times, getting volunteers seems like a no-brainer, but here in Pacific Grove, we're not talking about people doing hard manual labor like cleaning up the rec trail or painting buildings. Instead, you could think of it more like an unpaid college intern doing work that, if the economy was strong, could be earning them a pretty nice paycheck.
When the Amber Alert came out earlier this morning, I came to MySpace, and despite my critics, it actually does make sense because, of course, nowadays, it's not just the kids and the teenagers using MySpace. More and more parents are turning to MySpace to essentially stay in touch. Well, according to the Santa Cruz Harbor Master, they started getting the calls last evening about what turned out to be a dead gray whale. It was no joke. And then by today, of course, the race was on to catch that carcass before it hit the beach. You could say what a difference a year makes from 2008. But still, this year in Watsonville, the fear is still here, knowing another year of dry conditions and, of course, more fuel for a fire. Reporting here in the newsroom, Marc Cota-Robles, KION News. I'm Marc Cota-Robles with your KION question. It comes from Marv in Salinas. But for families making over $250,000 a year, you'll want to pay attention. As the city nears a possible homicide record here for 2009, Letty from Salinas is calling on the police department to move from their current location in Old Town and place their new station somewhere on the east side.
My landlord won't let me have you. I know they're so mean to me, but I love you.
And we'll just smooch on air.
It's
okay,
on.
I've
it's going to be on
to
live on KION. Let's do it.